What if I told you that self-care isn't selfish? It's actually the most responsible thing you can do. And what if the most effective self-care isn't spending hours at the spa or hours of your free time? Today, we're flipping the script on self-care. This isn't about bubble baths and face masks, although those are nice. This is about sustainable practices that help keep your energy levels up so you can show up for everything that matters. Okay, let's start with a very simple question. When was the last time you felt guilty about charging your phone? Never, right? Because you understand that a dead phone cannot do its job. It can't connect you to people, it can't help you navigate, or help you capture really important moments. Charging your phone isn't indulgent, it's necessary. Your mind and body work the same exact way. When you are running on empty, you can no longer be present for your family, productive at work, and you definitely cannot be the person that you truly want to be. And you know, we maintain our cars, our homes, and our devices, but somewhere along the way, we think maintaining ourselves is optional, and even worse, that it's selfish. So let's end that today. Self-care isn't about taking things away from others. It's about ensuring that you have something to give. It's the difference between running on fumes and a full tank. Do you know what the biggest self-care myth is? It's that self-care practices add to your calendar, but in reality, they actually enhance what you're already doing. So let's walk through a typical morning, but with a maintenance mindset. So while brushing your teeth, you can do shoulder rolls. 2 minutes of tension release built into something you already do. And then what about when you're making your coffee or tea in the morning? You can go ahead and practice 3 deep breaths. Use this transition time to center yourself. And grab a glass of water too. Start your hydration early. Then, if you're grabbing breakfast, add one element that sustains you. So, protein with your toast, berries with your yogurt. Small additions that prevent energy crashes later. And then while you're commuting to work, go ahead and get into a mobile reset by putting your favorite song on that makes you feel really, really good and happy. Or a podcast that inspires you. Did you see what we did there? Same morning routine, same time investment, but instead of just having a regular morning routine, you now have an energy routine built in. Now let's look at some ways we could integrate this into our workday. So you could do like 2-minute desk stretches, really help ease tension when you're feeling overwhelmed or just feeling stuck. Then 5 minutes outside, guys. Even if it's just stepping onto a balcony. I often do this during my workday because I do work at home and I'll just walk out my back porch and just smell the fresh air. Just change of scenery is huge. And then whenever you are waiting in line or sitting in traffic is a great time to practice gratitude. Just think of things that you appreciate right now instead of focusing on what negative things are happening around you. Key here is stacking these self-care practices onto already existing habits. So you're not adding more to your plate, you're just nourishing the plate that you already have. The most effective self-care often costs nothing and takes less than 5 minutes. But let's talk about some fundamentals because you cannot pour from an empty cup if you have no fuel in it. So I'm going to quickly share some energy practices that can really help you fill your cup, fuel you up. Let's talk about our breath. I don't know if you have heard of the 4, 7, and 8 breath, but that is where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 7, and then exhale for 8 seconds. The first round may take you, if you're taking your time, about 30 seconds, but this activates your calm nervous system. So your nerves will calm your body down instead of going into fight or flight mode when we feel under attack because our nervous system and our body is trying to actually protect us. So by doing this, it can help your whole body calm and it helps your mind calm, which is excellent if you are in any kind of stressful situation, whether before I really tough conversation, or maybe during an argument, you say, hey, I think we need to take a break. I feel dysregulated or whatever. And you can do this and help yourself just calm down. It is amazing. This also can work whenever you feel a little anxious or overwhelmed in general. The next one is just taking little micro walks throughout your day. So I understand about being a busy person and we don't always have time for huge workouts, but just getting up and moving our bodies for just 2 to 3 minutes can make a huge difference. It really helps just keep your blood flowing and moving, which is incredible for mental clarity and energy. Another one is sending a text boundary or a boundary text. If you feel like you cannot do something that day, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, are you available to do this tomorrow? It's really not a flaky thing to do. It's an energy management thing. They would rather see you when you feel good, more energetic anyway. So if it's just like a little get together or something that doesn't have to be done that day, you can just ask if it's okay to move it to the next day. Protecting your time is protecting your energy and being able to allow yourself to show up fully. Another thing I like to do during the day is just doing like a mental physical sensation reset. And I'm talking something as simple as washing your hands. Focus on the sensation of the soap and the water and how that feels. And it is such an easy little reset. It takes 30 seconds and it can kind of bring you back into the present moment, let you feel and be with what you're doing. And also I try to really pay attention to even how the soap smells. Usually if it's in my house, it smells incredible, but the small thing makes such a big difference. The next one is a hydration check. Your brain is 75% water. Therefore, when you are dehydrated, it really is going to affect you mentally and everything is going to feel so much harder. So keep water visible, and that way you can grab it throughout the day with small, consistent sips, keeping yourself hydrated, not drinking gallons at a time. But if you have it around you, you'll remember to take small sips throughout your day, which will consistently fuel you and keep you hydrated. Along with that is keeping your body nurtured with simple, easy, healthy snacks. Blood sugar crashes make everything feel like a crisis. I have struggled with this so much through my life, and it's something I am always trying to work on and remember is to constantly eat a little healthy snack to keep myself maintained, because when we don't and our bodies feel bad, we go back into that dysregulation where we cannot feel our best, and therefore everyone around us is affected. So keep yourself nurtured throughout the day. Another thing that you can do is the transition pause, and that is where you coming home from work, you're transitioning into your home, or you're transitioning to picking your children up, or whatever your responsibilities are. So however that looks for you, take a pause before you get out of your car and reflect on your day. Think about how your day went, how it affected your body, how it's making you feel right now, and how you're going to respond to it. And then once you work all that out, go inside being the person that you just decided to be. And you do it on your values, what you want to be and who you want to be, and not based on how you feel. That way, you are deciding who you want to be when you walk through that door, instead of letting your emotions and your physical body dictate how you behave. Here's what happens when you start treating self-care as a maintenance instead of a luxury. You become more patient with your family because you're not running on stress hormones. You're more creative at work because your brain has space to think. Also more present with your friends because you're not constantly drained. The people in your life do not suffer when you take care of yourself. They benefit. A well-maintained you is a gift to them. Now, my challenge for you this week is to pick one integration practice this week and one high impact practice. Just 2 things, and notice how they change your energy levels. Notice how you can show up daily. Notice how good you feel. I would love to hear how this works for you in the comments. Let me know what you choose. And if you are new to this content, I am Bethany, and here on YouTube, I love to create weekly inspirational videos for busy women to create breathing rooms and their heart, homes, and lives through intentional simplicity. so that you can be more present in your daily life. I would love for you to join my tribe. I am doing an intentional living series right now, and I will see you next week.